everyone, it's time for this week's Roar Report. We're looking at the week of January the 8th through the 12th, and I think this one might be pretty short and sweet. Right now, we're in kind of a weird spot where we have just started a new sports season. We have wrestling and girls basketball starting. All of our teams have been established now, and now we're just in practice mode, waiting for our first matches and games. But we do have other things happening. On Wednesday, January the 10th, we are having our winter choir concert. I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was originally scheduled in December, and we had to reschedule it because of all of the crummy weather and flooding that we had. But we finally get to enjoy that, and that will be happening on Wednesday the 10th at 7 p.m. at the high school's Don Whitney Auditorium. And this is just a little side note for junior high students who are in choir. That day during school on Wednesday the 10th, you will be hopping on a bus here and heading over to the high school for a rehearsal. Mr. Rupert should be giving you permission slips, and your parents need to sign that so that you can actually get on the bus and leave campus. So make sure you get that turned in so that you can participate in the rehearsal. And then on Thursday, January the 11th, we have our first round of state testing kicking off. Holy moly. But that is for our students who are in our ELD classes. So if you are a student whose first language is not English, you will be taking the ELPA test. And the ELPA stands for English Language Proficiency Assessment. Okay, and that's a whole lot of buzzwords all put together. But what that means is once a year, we make sure that our second language learners are making adequate progress towards mastering the English language. And this is one way that we do that. So those students will be starting their ELPA test this coming week, and we wish all of Mrs. Phillips' students the very best of luck as they start that. Couple other things happening. This week we have grade checks. It is the third week of the trimester, and just as a reminder, every 3 weeks the junior high is in contact with families about their students' grades. So at the 3-week mark, we do a grade check. At the 6-week mark, we send home progress reports. At the 9-week mark, we do another progress check like this, and then 12 weeks, you get that official report card. So this week, what will be happening is Discovery teachers will be pulling all of their students' grades and reviewing them. And if any student has anything less than a C in a class, families will be notified about that. We do this regularly so that people have a chance to get caught up and feel like they don't get so far behind that it's a lost cause. We are here to help. If you have any questions at all, you can reach out directly to your child's teachers, or you can always contact the office and we can chat here. Another thing that I do want to touch base on is Chromebooks. At the beginning of the year, students check out Chromebooks to themselves. Parents sign permission forms to say that kids have permission to use these Chromebooks. And they also, in that agreement, says that families will be financially liable for any damage, incurred. And so, oh man, those Chromebooks are not built to be really handled roughly. They're built for mature 7th and 8th graders to handle responsibly. And so a lot of what we see is Chromebooks go into backpacks. That seems fine. But then we see the backpacks kind of like flung and then hit the gym floor or something like that. And Chromebooks are not withstanding that. So if you have a Chromebook, we're asking that you treat it well. Don't loan your Chromebook out to anyone, because if you loan your Chromebook to a friend and they damage it, you are still on the hook for paying for it, and that can be very frustrating. Also, slamming your Chromebook closed too hard can crack a screen. Yanking on the cord can pull out the port. Just treat it with care. Do not loan your Chromebook out, and for Pete's sake, don't touch anybody else's Chromebook. Just use your own stuff and you should be fine. Treat it well and you should also be fine. Here's the other thing. Sometimes what we are seeing happen is that kids believe their Chromebooks to be broken. So then they just kind of like squirrel them away and hope that maybe that situation will just disappear in May. That's not how that works. If you think that your Chromebook is broken or damaged, take it into the library. Mrs. Barnett can help you in there. Oftentimes, these things that we think are really big and expensive are actually easily fixed and don't cost anything. Better to figure that out now than at the end of the year when things get a little crazier. So if you're worried about your Chromebook, just take it in and talk to Mrs. Barnett and she can help you out. She is in the library. All right, folks. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of looking forward to those first wrestling meets of the year and watching our girls basketball tear it up out there. It's a really fun time to be at the junior high. It is a great day to be a Lion.